Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Aaron the Introvert here, and no, that's not Teen Spirit you're smelling. What you're smelling is actually suntan oil and pina coladas, because today we're doing the tropical world of Super Mario Bros. 3. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Let's load our restore point, because this game actually, the NES version of Mario 3 doesn't allow you to save your progress, so that's where it comes in handy that we got these restore points. Oh yeah, listen to that music, just feel the vibes. A little hula dance going on, get my coconut bra and a grass skirt on. Alright, let's jump right into it. So at the end of our last episode, we got the frog suit, so let's go ahead and just put that bad boy on, since we've got a water level here. And as you can see, the frog suit allows us to swim significantly faster underwater, instead of just tapping the button to just, swim at an angle. We kind of have full control over our swimming here. We can even fight these water currents here that want to push us out of the way. So yeah, the frog suit, it's a pretty neat power-up that's pretty much exclusive to this game. Well, and we just lost it, but that's okay. We'll get a couple more as we progress here in another couple of levels. But the frog suit, it's kind of useless on land. It only really, the main purpose it serves is for swimming underwater. When you're on land, you can hop really high with it, which is kind of nice because I mean, obviously you do a lot of jumping around in Mario games, but yeah, you can't run with it, so you're just awkwardly kind of hobbling along everywhere you go. So it's not super necessary when you're on land. I think there's a 1-up we can get down there if we go around the other way, but I'm not really too concerned about that. We got 25 lives right now, so eh. And yeah, we're already done with this first level here. So the levels in Super Mario Bros. 3 are pretty short. I don't know if they really even have any like checkpoints midway through or anything like that. Oh, we've got a card game we can play. I don't know exactly what makes this spawn, but occasionally this will show up and you've got to flip these cards. We did it a couple times last episode, it looks like, or maybe the one before that. I don't know. It's been a few days since I've recorded, but it's just kind of this memory matching game. Is that the 20? Yeah, okay. Okay, we're getting pretty lucky today. But yeah, each of these items we get a keep, or in the case of, these coins, those coins get added to our total. Okay, didn't get that one, but oh well. Probably not going to remember those. I think there's only maybe like one of like 3 different layouts of that, so I could probably look online and see, based on the ones I've gotten so far, which ones the rest of the cards are that I need to flip over. But anyway, let's just go into the next level here. But yeah, what I was saying about the frog suit, it only really shows up mostly in this game. It's also in Super Mario Maker 2. They added that as a free update, some new power-ups to the game that you can get, one of which being the frog suit, which you can only use in the Super Mario Bros. 3 themed levels, of course. Super Mario Maker 2 is such an underrated game, I think. It didn't... I mean, the Switch obviously sold a lot better than the Wii U did, so I imagine the lifetime sales of the game are probably significantly higher, I would imagine. Oh man, I want to get that item down there. I really need that mushroom, but I also don't want to get killed by this cheap sheep. Let's see. What did my recording software just do? There was a pop-up. I got distracted. I was looking at the... Why did it pop up Okay. Making sure our battery wasn't dying or anything, because I did plug it up. I wanted to make sure I had it plugged up this time. Let's use an item here. Let's get, let's use a fire flower. Okay, let's do that again. I got distracted by whatever pop-up just happened on my my monitor here. But yeah, the frog suit. Yeah, so I was talking about Super Mario Maker 2. Of course, lets you design your own Mario levels and everything. But the first Mario Maker definitely was a lot more viral than the second game. The first game kind of came and went a little, or the second game came and went, which I think is really unfortunate, because the second one I think improves on the first game in almost every way. Stop! Okay, I see what the message is now. It's telling me about a Windows update, but I don't... Oh my gosh, if this thing distracts me one more time, I'm getting so heated. I don't care about the Windows update. We'll do it later. I'm sure it's just going to bog down the system. Alright, let's just use a mushroom. Okay, please no more pop-ups. Please, I'm begging you, laptop. Anyways. What were we even talking about? Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah, the second game I think improves on the first one in a lot of ways. It adds all these really cool features that the first game was lacking, stuff that I really wanted to see in the game. But yeah, Super Mario Maker 2, it lets you make levels themed on the original Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers 3, which is this one here, of course. Then you've got Super Mario World, New Super Mario Brothers U, and then also unique to Mario Maker 2, they added where you can make levels based around Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, they added a bunch of features, like you can make slopes, like where Mario can, slide down. That wasn't in the first Mario Maker. That was a really highly requested feature. I really don't even know why people wanted it that badly. Like, it's neat to be able to make slopes, but I wouldn't say it was that groundbreaking. Here we should get another frog suit. But you can also do, they added like a new level themes, like new environments. You can do like snow levels or desert levels. Like, that was something that was missing in the original Mario Maker. It was mostly just your standard like cave. You could do like a cave level, or like your regular run-of-the-mill grasslands, or you could do I'm trying to think what other options were there. Yeah, I figured that was going to despawn. Oh well. Here we got to look out for this fish, which is called Big Bertha, is her name, who leaps out of the water and tries to eat us. I always hated this level as a kid, but as an adult, it's really not too bad. Of course, I say that, and I'm probably going to jinx myself and get killed, like I just about did right there. I think I noticed some slowdown. There's a little bit of lag here. Oh my, yeah, that is dropping frames for some reason. I kind of wish Nintendo fixed that with the Switch Online, like, just give these games a better frame rate. I guess maybe from Nintendo's perspective, they're like, oh, that would ruin the authenticity of the original games. People want the nostalgia to be able to play it. It spawned right on me. To be able to play it the way that they remember it, and I get it to an extent. Also, some of that might be Nintendo being a little bit lazy and not wanting to retroactively go back and fix these old games. But I don't know. I mean, they added other features like being able to rewind and things like that. So maybe it really is just them wanting to preserve the original. But I know for some games like Kirby's Adventure, which is a really great game, I'd like to play that at some point on this channel. But that game constantly drops frames. It's a very graphically intensive and very impressive looking NES game. Like, in a lot of ways it looks more like a Super Nintendo game. It's really impressive what they were able to achieve, but man, the frame rate really chugs when there's more than like 2 enemies on screen. I'm not doing very well right now. I haven't recorded any videos in about a week, so I guess I'm a little rusty. I don't want to waste all my items. I'm kind of tired of bringing items into the level with me, so whatever. We're just gonna go at it naked. Maybe I should edit this out. Okay, we got it this time. We're gonna put on our concentration caps. We're gonna really just focus, and we're gonna beat this level. I knew I would have trouble after I was talking about, like, yeah, this used to be kind of hard when I was a kid, but it's pretty easy now, and now I'm just dying left and right. This could be a good opportunity to show off the, we got this cloud item that we can use that lets us bypass levels, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to be cheap. We're going to beat this legitimately, and, yeah. So let's, this is kind of hard to get. I think it's probably despawned. I've gone too far away from it. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one. Let's just get, because there is an item here, I believe. So we'll grab this mushroom, and then, yeah, but anyway, people talk about Super Mario Maker 2 being kind of a letdown compared to the first one, and like, oh, it just didn't resonate the same way. But those people are, in my humble opinion, insane. Mario Maker 2, I think, improves on the first one in every way. I didn't even really like the first Mario Maker on Wii U that much. I was so excited for it. I consider myself a very creative person. So the idea of being able to make my own, Mario levels and stuff, I love the idea of that. But the first Mario Maker just didn't do it for me, and the second one really added kind of everything that I felt like was missing from the first one. The one thing that it removed, and that everybody says is the reason it's not as good, is for the NES levels, you could scan in these different amiibo figures and, have these, I think it was called like the mystery mushroom, and you'd grab the mushroom and it would transform Mario's sprite into like whatever amiibo character you scanned in. So if you had like the Sonic amiibo from Smash Brothers, or like Mega Man or Pac-Man, Mario's sprite would turn into those characters, and he still had the same move set. He didn't like control any differently or anything, but you could just, you know, make a Sonic level if you wanted to, or, you know, a Kirby level, and like have that character and make it a little bit more authentic. But I don't know, it was neat, and like it is kind of a shame they didn't bring that back. But do I think it was essential to the overall experience? Not necessarily, because even though you know, you could do that, it was only in the NES Mario levels, and it's like those are the least interesting ones to make. Like when I make a level, I want to make like a Super Mario World or a Mario 3 or a new Super Mario Brothers level, because there's just a lot more you can do in those than the original 1985 Mario Brothers. So it was just a little bit not that interesting. Okay, we found the right door here. This level is kind of a little bit of a maze, and you'd think as many times as I've played this game over the years, I would remember which is the correct door to go into. But yeah, I don't know. So like to me, that wasn't a deal breaker, and they did add in like Link, like you could get a thing like in Mario Maker 2 where you could get Link's like actual movesets. So not only did it change your sprite, but you could use like his sword and his you know, bombs and bow and arrow and stuff. So it would have been neat if they did more of that, like, you know, bring back the other ones like Sonic, but where he could do his spin dash and maybe break through blocks with it, and I don't know what all else, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a deal breaker that they got rid of that. And anytime you got hit, you would lose that character skin and would have to grab a new one, so it would kind of break the immersion. If someone made a Sonic level and you get the Sonic costume, but then, you know, you get hit and now you're back to just being normal Mario. So, I don't know. I think people look back on that maybe with rose-tinted glasses a little bit and maybe overinflate how good they think the first Mario Maker was. But the second one, it added, like, multiplayer, and yeah, the online, the internet's pretty spotty in it, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the matches, if you're doing, like, random matchups, it's pretty painful, the amount of lag. It ain't good. But, you know, if you're playing with people who actually do have decent internet, if you're playing with friends online, that can be a lot of fun. I believe, I've not actually done it myself, Mario wouldn't stay crouched. I'm playing once again with the authentic NES controller here, but yeah, I wouldn't say it has the greatest control pads, so Mario didn't want to stay crouched for me there. So it's a little annoying, but it is what it is. These controllers, by the way, it's probably a little overpriced, if we're being honest, because Nintendo's got where you can, you know, buy these. It's only on their website. They don't carry them in stores. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that one up. I would have chased after it, but it probably despawned. Freaking Lakitu here, man. And I've heard people pronounce his name differently. I've heard Lakitu, I've heard Lakitu, I've heard Lokitu. I don't know what's the official way to pronounce it. Very conflicting sources on that. But try not to get hit by this guy. I got a lot of nostalgia for this music. There's like a battle mode in this game if you're playing with two people that plays this music. I used to play that all the time in the Super Nintendo version as a kid growing up. Yeah, this is kind of interesting how the map changes. So like these floodgates or whatever, like raise and lower after each level. So only at certain times you can cross them. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. What are we gonna get here? Let's go with the first one. I got a fire flower. That's decent. My nose is very itchy. It's I guess all the pollen in the air at this time of year. I've been very congested too. Can't breathe out of that right nostril. These sinuses. It's miserable. Anyway, enough of my first world problems. Let's get the frog suit because we got another water level here. I like how, like, on the map you can see, like, if it's a water level, if it's, you know, over the water here. And even these Hammer Brothers that we fight, if they move to a space that's where the water is, then the level will actually be partially submerged when you fight them. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, let's do another level here. Try our darndest not to lose the frog suit this time. Look out for Big Bertha. What am I doing? I don't want to get that fire flower. Oh, okay, I was a little worried. I didn't know about the hitbox there, if Mario was gonna touch that jellyfish. Okay, I'm not doing the greatest in the world here. I'm very nervous. We're gonna lose our power-up. Let's just take our time here. Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that was there, but alright, we'll take it. I was thinking about, like, even back on the NES, you know, from the 80s, Nintendo games are just so full of little secrets that years later it's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. And, like, I've been playing this game my whole life. It's so neat how much they put into it. Yeah, as you can see on land here, this frog suit's kind of useless. We can jump high, but we can't really run or anything. So, yeah, we didn't get the star there. That was kind of going to be pretty impossible. Maybe we could have timed it, but I don't know. I'm used to just running at full speed and jumping, and then you can kind of get it pretty much perfectly. Let's use our, do we have a hammer? No. We should get one from killing this guy, so let's take these fellas down. Come here, buddy. Is there an item in this? I wouldn't be too disappointed about getting rid of my frog suit now that it's kind of useless here. Okay, yeah, I guess not. Hey, there's the hammer. And what we can do with that is we can use it on the world map. We did it in the last world, too, to get rid of these rocks. And this will take us to a little secret area. And there's kind of a neat Easter egg here that I didn't know about until years later. Again, just like I said about this game, just having all these little secrets. So there's these islands you can go to get items. And this one you can see, I never realized it's supposed to be shaped like a mushroom. But if you go on over here, so there's another one we can get. But if we go a little further, this is where we're going to find the boss that we have to get to later. And apparently, this island layout is supposed to be shaped like Japan, where of course Nintendo is made, and the castle is located roughly in the same location as Kyoto, Japan, which is the city where Nintendo's headquarters is located at. So that's a really cool little Easter egg there. I really like that. But let's go and get our couple of items here. Let's see what we got.
Pick a box. Its contents will help you on your way.
Alright, got another fire flower. That's okay, that's not too bad. I'd kind of like to get another raccoon suit if we can. Let's see what we got down here. Pick a box, it's content. Okay, I'm not going to read all that anymore. I wish we could kind of move around. Okay, we got another frog suit, I'll take that. Whenever we get to another water level, that might be kind of useful. And last one here. Another fire flower. We'll take it. I don't remember how many inventory slots we get. We got like 3 pages. I think there's 4. I think there's 4 rows. So once we fill out this row here, there'll be like 1 more. So pretty good lot of items you can hold on to. It's kind of a neat little thing they added for this game where you can kind of, get those items out of your inventory. I just kind of mashed the button through here. I'm not very good at like timing it, so it's just kind of the luck of the draw. We'll see if we get it or not. Okay, I'll actually try on this one. Let's concentrate and see if we can get it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably not. I don't think okay, well. Nope. Nope. Our mushroom had a little mustache there. It kind of looked like on SpongeBob when they got the seaweed mustaches in the movie. Now that we're men, we can do anything. Now that we're men, we'll get the crowd and save the town. And I almost jumped off. But yeah, I was talking about these controllers, and yeah, it's a 2-pack, so you get 2 controllers for $50, which 2 controllers for $50 is kind of a good deal. Except when you consider, it's an NES controller, so it's only really got a couple of buttons. You got your A button, your B button, you got start, select. That's pretty much it. They add a little L and R button at the top, but you don't have like a X or Y button. You don't have your ZL or ZR buttons. So it's missing a lot of configuration options there that you're going to need for most Nintendo Switch games. So outside of the NES app, it's largely useless for most other games. So yeah, but of course I bought it, being the corporate shill that I am, who has to give Nintendo all of my money. Oh! Oops. Let's try that again. Man, that's gonna kind of suck having to go back through, because this is one of the slow auto-scrolling levels. But oh well, it is what it is. It just ain't my day. This is not my best my best day here of playing Super Mario Brothers 3. We still got 27 lives though, so it's fine. It's fine. We got this. But yeah, and these controllers, something else that's kind of dumb about them, which I think Nintendo actually just recently changed this finally. Ignore my death there. You can get them on their web. It's still only on their website. Like, they don't actually sell them in stores at like retailers or anything, which is kind of But used to, you had to have a Nintendo Switch Online active membership. So you had to be paying like the $20 a year or like whatever your subscription plan is with the online that gives you access to all these old games, just to have the privilege to be able to spend $50 to buy these controllers, which is kind of dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I think Nintendo is a lot more ethical than most gaming companies out there. I think for the most part they're pretty good in a lot of ways. You don't have a bunch of these nightmare stories come out about unfair work conditions and abuse in the workplace and all this stuff. And I think Nintendo genuinely cares about the consumer a lot more than most other companies. They're kind of their internal motto or whatever, their philosophy is putting smiles on people's faces, and I think for the most part they really do believe that. But at the same time, there are some things Nintendo does that's like that's kind of a little dirty. That's a little scummy. I don't know about that. But yeah. Here's another thing where when the floodgate's down, we can just skip level 7. But we're not going to do that. We want to go through all the levels here. What kind of playthrough is that where I'm skipping levels? We got these enemies that are called Spike, who first show up in this game, and they've appeared in a lot of Mario games since this one, but I don't know if you would necessarily recognize them because they look pretty different in a lot of their subsequent games. I think in the more modern games they've got kind of like some spiky hair going on. Spike is a playable character in a handful of Mario games. I want to say Mario Tennis Aces, and then also Mario Party 10 on the Wii U, which probably nobody played because it's not the greatest Mario Party, to be completely honest. Ooh, we got a vine. And then he's in... I think he might actually be in the new one coming out, Mario Party, Super Mario Party Jamboree is the name of the new Mario Party coming out in, I want to say October, maybe. There was a Nintendo Direct we had back in June that had a lot of really good announcements. We got Super Mario Party Jamboree. I'm looking forward to that one. Even though Super Mario Party was a great Mario Party game, it was kind of a compilation of a bunch of old classic boards and mini games from from the old days, from like the Nintendo 64 and stuff. I feel like they could have just kept adding DLC to that game and people would have bought it. So part of me is a little about a new Mario Party, another $60 game where it's like you could have just kept building to the one you already had. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna rewind because I wanted to. This is an underwater castle, so let's get our frog suit out for this. I kind of like this level here. I like whenever they kind of subvert your expectations with these water levels. I said submerged because I was thinking about the fact we're submerged underwater. And it's got these weird, like, boo sheets. I don't know if that's their actual name. If you ask me, it's a load of boo sheet. Anyway, they just kind of pop up and try to kill you. Those are also something you can place in Super Mario Maker. Very weird concept for an enemy. I don't really know exactly what the thinking was there, but sometimes Nintendo works in mysterious ways. I gotta fight this guy again. His name's Boom Boom, who's also playable in a handful of modern Mario games. He's playable in Super Mario Party. I think he's also in Mario Tennis Aces, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, he's not in Super Mario Party. It's actually Pom Pom, which is the female version of that guy. But he's an enemy you fight in Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World. And Boom Boom hadn't really made a lot of appearances in games after this one up until like Super Mario 3D Land in 2011, which was like, or no, that game came out in 2012, I think, which would have been, I don't even know, like 20 some years later. I'm not sure, but okay, Okay, let's see if we can get something here. No. Okay, well we blew that one, but whatever. Who cares? It is what it is. Let's do another roulette wheel here, and I'm again just probably. I guess I'll kind of take that time. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know what the timing is on that. Last time I didn't think I had it, and then I got the middle piece. That time I felt I lined it up pretty good. I don't know if you're supposed to press it a little bit later or earlier than you think it would be, but yeah, I don't really know what the timing is on that. Which one's this one? Oh, alright, we got Big Bertha again. And we lost our frog suit, which I don't know how much it would come in handy on this one. Maybe it would. Oh. Okay, let's get our... I knew it would despawn. I knew it. Oh. Kind of got a little... I would imagine that's probably supposed to be a Jaws reference there, where you can climb that vine as you're sinking into the water, and that that fish is about to chomp you. Very reminiscent of when the boat's sinking and all that stuff. I've never actually watched Jaws. I watched when I was in school in like the 5th grade. I remember my teacher showed us 12 Days of Terror, which I think was also a Spielberg movie, which was kind of like the predecessor to Jaws, which I think was based on a real life event. But yeah, I mean, this has to be a Jaws reference. But yeah, that was traumatic at the time. So yeah, I never watched Jaws. I'm not like I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of horror. I don't know if I would be too. I don't know how much horror movies would really bother me. That's not the reason I don't watch horror. But yeah, Jaws in particular, I feel like that one would bother me a little bit. I think because, I mean, sharks are real. You know, if you watch something like It or like, you know, The Exorcist or something, I mean, it's pretty fictitious, you know, but like I said, 12 Days of Terror, which was the predecessor to Jaws, was a real thing that happened. So, like, you know, shark attacks do happen. So I wouldn't consider myself like, I don't know, maybe I have a little bit of a phobia of sharks. I don't know. It's it always makes you feel a little uneasy when you go to the beach, which I don't get out and like too deep into the water. But you know, there's always just that thought of just like, man, there could be a shark lurking somewhere around here. I hate that stupid with this controller. It's so hard to crouch. We've got our bob-ombs. This was actually not the first game to have bob-ombs. They first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, so something that I've not really mentioned yet, there was these theories about this game for years, about whether Super Mario Bros. 3, oh my gosh, grab it, Mario, whether this game really happened, by which I mean, like, if it's canon in the Mario universe, or if it was all just staged. The reason being is, you know, people had a lot of theories that the whole game was actually just a stage play. And Miyamoto, the guy who created Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, did actually confirm that theory is true, that Mario Bros. 3 is supposed to be a stage play. And so I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. But you can see in every level, well, first when you start the game, there's like a curtain that goes up right on the title screen. When you beat the game and the credits roll, a curtain closes to signify like the end of the play. But at the end of every level, you exit stage right, and you can see like it's black, like this is like the cutoff of like the stage or whatever. And then also when you're within the stages, like you can see at the start of this level, and we'll probably see it some on the next level. There's like a shadow on some of the on a lot of the platforms, like against the sky, which doesn't really make any sense. Like it's like as if there's like the sky is actually just a wall or something. So it made a lot of people speculate that it's you know, that it was a stage play. And Miyamoto confirmed that yeah, that is the case. I might not get to show it on this level. I don't know if we're going to see anything like that on this airship. But yeah, it was at the start of that last level, but I started talking about it, and then I thought I would be able to show an example of that later on, but yeah, I don't think we're going to have any more of that, so I guess we'll have to do that on the next part. This is a Mario enemy called Rocky Wrench. These guys are Rocky Wrenches. I don't know why, you know, I mean, they throw wrenches, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's kind of a weird name, like Rocky Wrench, I don't know. Those guys, if you played like Mario Kart DS, they appear on the Airship Fortress level, which is based on these airships and the fortresses from Mario 3 that kind of pop up out of the ground and are obstacles you gotta dodge. One of the best Mario Kart tracks, by the way. It's such a shame that they didn't bring that one back, or Luigi's Mansion, which is also from the DS game, with the Booster Course Pass, where they added like 48 additional tracks to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So that game's got like 96 tracks, but it's like, how do you not put in Luigi's Mansion or Airship Fortress? Those two are so iconic. But anyway, let's go down here and battling Wendy O. Koopa is her name. And I always used to think this boss fight was so hard as a kid, but in retrospect, it's really not. She throws these rings you have to dodge, and it's kind of a little bit tricky to dodge them, but yeah, on the whole, it's really not too bad. So yeah, it's Wendy's dead. We've murdered Wendy. So once again, we yeah, kind of the plot of this game is like all of the kings in every world has been transformed into like a dog or some other kind of animal, and oh my God, is that our father? Papa? It's me, Mario. He's your son. I used to be baby Mario. What do you mean you disowned me? We got a letter from Princess Peach, or Princess Toadstool, as she was known back in this game. If you remember in my Mario 64 playthrough, that was the first time she was actually known as Peach. Oh, the music. Alright, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a like and all that good stuff if you want to, or if you don't, that's fine too. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode where we take on Giant Land, I believe is the name of this world. It's a really good world. I'm looking forward to starting this one. Thanks, guys. Bye.